has no place among the human race in this transition. When we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the trot to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong. From the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea, our ancestors, are you and me, we are the great ones. From the beginning of time, we have the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind. Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, united we stand, divided we fall, all for one and one for all. Some never know themselves until them back against the wall. Jamaica, Haiti, Nyankopong a call, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong. Praises to the great ones, praises of our nation. Yeah. Oh yes, I say, united we stand, divided we fall, all for one and one for all. Some will never know themselves until they're back against the wall. Nigeria and Nigeria, the Asians wanna calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong.
Hello, dear listeners. Today, Michael Carnegie has something special for you. A business opportunity that might just change your life. Imagine working from the comforts of your own home or anywhere in the world with just your laptop, computer, or smartphone. Intrigued? Well, stay tuned because Michael Carnegie is about to unveil the secrets of an exciting online business. Friends, this isn't your typical business. In fact, it's so unique that you don't sell a single product. Instead, you share the incredible benefits of this opportunity with others, helping them kickstart their journey to passive income. And the best part? It's automated, running 24/7, 365 days a year. So what's the catch? There isn't one. No need to stock inventory, handle shipping, or deal with customer service. Just sit back, relax, and watch your income grow. But how do you get started? That's the easy part. The entire training program is video-based, making it accessible to anyone, regardless of their background or experience. And if you ever find yourself in need of guidance, mentors are there to support you every step of the way. Now you might be wondering, what's the real payoff? Well, here it is. More time with your family. Picture never missing out on your children's important milestones, creating countless memories due to increased travel time, and having the financial financial freedom to save for retirement and even that dream home. Imagine a life where you're not tied to a 9 to 5 routine, but instead you're in control of your time and your destiny. This is not just a business opportunity, it's a lifestyle change. If you're ready to take the plunge into a world of unlimited potential, where your success is only limited by your ambition, then this online business may just be the game changer you've been waiting for. To learn more and start your journey to financial freedom, visit the website at www.michaelmcarnegie.com. That's www.michaelmcarnegie.com. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
Yep. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Let me get everybody inside the classroom. Grand Rising to Sister Angela, Sister Judith, Brother James, and of course, Brother Danny. Yeah. How y'all doing this evening? Everybody's good? Hearing me loud and clear? Dr. Judith, when am I going to get I need to talk to you, because I want to get your promotion with the services that you offer up and going. I just like what I'm doing with Brother Michael. I think we need to push one another. So I need to call you and get some information so we can do together a package. So your business is also front and center. All right.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, man. That's what we do. We have a radio station that is attached to the Nyankopong thing. Do you have an ad on your husband radio station already?
I have different kind of ads.
No.
Actually, I am on it in yeah, I broadcast along with them each time.
Okay. Well, I need some promotion on this end to where we can keep the balance, for a better word. And I have to talk to you on your husband also about also sharing the platform via the Nyankopong government with the radio station. I think I started that reasoning with him the other day in the meeting. Um, we never get to finish it, but I'm going to do that. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Who has just joined the class again, brother Kareem? Or go on, Kareem, all is
No
well.
audio.
You're not hearing me, Danny? Danny, are you hearing me, brother?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. Oh, that was
Yeah, I
on
can hear
your
you now.
device. Yes. A few house cleaning before we go, brother Danny. I'm going to come to you because you spoke to me today, and I did some research, and I think we can put it together. Now, there are some things that we want to touch on when it comes on to what's inside the classroom with some of the subject. As you know, we are planning to do our closure on the 17th, and we are hoping that we can issue some recognition as to the courses that was taken. There is a first test that was put out there, and I noticed not everybody has finished it, and I need to get that together so I can collectively give you your credits. All right, most of you have been here in the third semester, and I think as much as I have new people coming on board, we still need to stay abreast as to how developed we are and how much we have learned over the period of time that we've been sharing these knowledge, whether it be in the wellness department, whether it be in the spiritual department, whether it be in the document department, whether it be in the ambassadorial department. We need to complete that form, brothers and sisters. The 17th is when this session ends. So I would love to get those results before the 17th or on the 17th. So when the next time we meet up, I need some of your appellation because this is also going to change
Because if Sister Angela does her work properly and get her answers good, and she was studying health and wellness, she's no longer just going to be Sister Angela. This is going to be Sister Angela who knows about health and wellness. We can prescribe her herbs, and she can, in other words, she get her doctorate. Zin, if it comes to the necessary way, say, Brother Akeem, him a look about the herbal part of that. That's make him into a herbalist right there. We can put our profession to work, and then we're gonna have some credits along our name, our estate, our property. All right, so I'm asking you please to complete that if you have difficulty completing it. We could do a verbal assessment then. Because if we have to ask the questions and we all go on the pages and we answer it, we can do that before the 17th, where you can answer it verbally and we jot it down. Say, yes, this is what was said. So when we are tally up but the scores now, we know that, yes, this is in accordance and so forth. All right, tonight we want to touch up on the the public and private within your documents. What does that mean? We also want to enlighten our brothers and sisters about driving. Today I got a message from Brother Danny, and the concern is there where we're telling brothers and sisters that lawfully you do not need to have a driver's license. Legally, under the maritime law, the maritime codes and status, you are asked for a driver's license. Now, that is two different areas. You have the lawful and the legal. Legally, if you're going to be in contraction with a third party, you have to have insurance for the third. Anything that you are taking onto your estate must come with insurance. Driver's license or insurance. There is as we show you yesterday, there is a contract in everything that your autograph goes on. So if you sign for anything, you are going into contract with them. Now, there's nothing wrong in going in contract, but you must know that you're in a contract, because the minute your estate come into question, that is where you want to find out a woman have contract with. So your driver's license is a legal contract, not a lawful one, but a legal contract with the third party that the state. Now, I was explaining to Brother Danny that if I, as a private, and you, as a private, have a natural agreement that is under common law, but the state, as long as the state get involved in your private agreement, it become public, because the state is public. You are private. So if you are work for Tom Jones, and Tom Jones say, come drive my truck, Tom Jones have to give you an insured truck, and Tom Jones have to secure that you have a permit to conduct commerce, because the commerce that you're conducting have insurance on it, and that insurance have connection to the state. All right. Now, we have three form of identification that we give to you. A lot of us take our LLC and throw it aside, but your LLC come like your passport here. Your LLC also can be used as identification. If them pull you over as a license, that is the biggest license you have on you. You know that? That is
So
your
you're talking
biggest
live
license.
life claim. Live life
Yes,
claim is talking about.
yes. That is a identification. The only thing with that is that it does not have a picture of you on it. You can do that too and put a picture on it too, because it's your property. The name belongs to you and you're the living man. So you put the picture on it and that is an identification. It's like a passport, Zane. And then your other two documents now is also identification. So I wanted to clarify that when it comes on to what you were asking about, Danny, about the legal part of the license and the lawful part of the license. Now, there is a concern that is going around when it comes on to brothers and sisters that live over here and they are not state property. You have not received anything from the state or you're not in any contract with the state. There is a passport out that is called the international passport. Anybody is aware of it?
Yeah, we don't look for
Nobody.
other one today. I beg somebody send out a link for one, because I want to get one.
Okay, so
I've
you
only heard about it. I haven't seen anything of it yet.
right. I'm so happy that we are having this mature reasoning, my brothers and sisters. There is an international passport, and I'm trying my best to get my hands on it through the Moorish temple. But you don't have to get it through the Moorish temple. You can get it online because it is something that I see a lot of people are um they're subscribing to it. You know,
Is it the same as the Moorish passport
the
or
MACD,
similar?
yeah, MACD is the Moorish interpretation of the international passport, but that is tied into the the um the Moorish temple. And you know, the Moorish temple is more a religion, spiritual part of our being. As I go to the meetings, I'm finding out more and more and more, so I can share some of that. I'm going to play something pertaining to the international passport later on, you know, because I think that we have to get familiar with it and maybe go down that way. I'm going to play The Right to Travel. This is a gentleman. I think I have run over it already, but um, maybe some of us did not get the gist of what this gentleman was doing. He's actually showing us some of the paperwork that we have worked out as to our DOTs and some of these things. This is a follow through to it because we have some unfinished work that we need to straighten out as far as taking care of our estate with the DOT, with the driver's license, and all these things. This is a summarization as to traveling without license. All right, because you don't need one to actually go around your business. It is a blam sham.
I don't go anywhere without this. This is my traffic book right here. And if you read down below, public servant officer, it pretty much says to him, when a cop pulls me over, you're losing potato chips. But when a cop pulls me over, the first thing I do is I ask him, what's your emergency and how may I assist you? I don't go anywhere without this. This is my traffic book right here. And if you read down below, public servant officer, it pretty much says to him, when a cop pulls me over, you're losing potato chips. But when a cop pulls me over, the first thing I do is I ask him, what's your emergency and how may I assist you? And he's going to ask for my driver's license and insurance or whatever. And I said, well, before we go there, I need you to fill this out. And I take that sheet of paper out of there and hand it to him. Before we can go any further, you need to fill this out. Once he reads this, it already puts him on notice that I'm not playing games with him. And then you open up the book, and that is so pointy. And here's the case I won against Harris County. Harris County, I always take my name out.
The paper that he was showing first was a notification paper notifying the police that he is violating his rights. Now, this folder is the completion of what we're doing. This folder that he has in his hand is going to be the completion. Now, some of us may choose to not do a folder physically, but you may choose to be taking out the classroom. All of the information that is in this book is inside the classroom. We have teach on the subject, but we have teach you to do it by yourself. And when I mentioned up top that we need to finish the exam sheet that was sent out, is because after completing the exam sheet, these are the things that are going to be in your folder at your disposal. And it is not just for the police alone. You will hear the benefit of having this folder shortly.
Because I'm not going to give my name until you can give me what's called, and police always call it, it's RAS. What's your RAS? And they automatically assume I'm a cop because I'm using their lingo. And what RAS stands for, reasonable articulable suspicion.
What's your RAS, Angela? When say RAS mean again? Brother Earl Jackson, what's your RAS, officer?
Reasonable. Sorry. Reasonable articulable suspicion.
Hold on, let me catch it back to you, because these are little gems that, and you hear what he said? He say, the minute one of these officers realize that you are catching on to their code, they become a bit appreciative. And as we said yesterday, our job is not to irritate the agent. Crystal, do not go irritate the agent. The agent get up out of bed, never want go work, a rain, a fall and everything. And all them come cross lightly and say, license and registration. And you go ball off for them and say, yo, I don't like cops. Hello, officer. How are you doing? Just a smile there alone, Crystal. I will be like, do you want direction? Because I'm gonna that, you know. Police pull me over already. And when we done talk to the police end up giving me direction. Take the first left over there, then take the right on the north, and you're on your way, man. Thank you. Just because I be courteous with him. Remember, being an agent is not an easy thing, you know. You are going against the grain. Remember, when a man swear to turn a police, he must be swear to arrest his mother and his sister and his brother and him. It's not an easy swear, that, you know. Not an easy swear. So make we catch on this gem again. Let me play it back so we can remember it.
And they automatically assume I'm a cop because I'm using their lingo. And what RAS stands for, reasonable articulable.
I don't know what happened, but I know that my computer is restarting. I don't know. Another mishap. I'm going to get back to the tape because it's booting up back now. But any question? No? I hope when Officer Nibble pull us over, we are more than equipped, you know. More than equipped. Grand rising to Miss Barrett, who is joining us. we're going to get back to the tape because I'm
Russ.
heading back into the classroom.
Russ.
Okay, okay, sorry about that. This computers, I don't know why it's not. Okay, we're going back to it now.
All right.
Just give me a second, brothers and sisters. Okay, here we are. Technology will fail us, but we have to overpower it. Yes. All right. Sun is shining. Weather is. Okay. 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 Thank you. Let me.
Yeah, Russ gotta get locked out.
This is my traffic book right here. And if you read down below, public note, public servant officer, it pretty much says to it, when a cop pulls me over, you're losing potato chips. But when a cop pulls me over, the first thing I do is I ask him, "What's your emergency and how may I assist you?" And he's going to ask for my driver's license and insurance or whatever. And I said, "Well, before we go there, I need you to fill this out." And I take that sheet of paper out of there and hand it to him. Before we can go any further, you need to fill this out. Once he reads this, it already puts him on notice that I'm not playing games with him. And then you open up the book, and that is so poignant. And here's the case I won against Harris County. Harris County, I always take my name out because I'm not going to give my name until you can give me what's called, and police always call it, it's RAS. What's your RAS? And they automatically assume I'm a cop because I'm using their lingo. And what RAS stands for, reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime. Okay. You don't have that? Okay. What's your SAF? Single articulable fact. Well, you don't have that either. Okay. You've just basically said that there's no reason to pull me over because you haven't seen a crime. Okay. Here's the case I won against Harris County. You can see the stamps and date. And 11 turbo all-wheel drive convertible with them pulling me over and letting me spend a night in jail.
I want to ask a question. Does anybody here believe what he's saying? Does anybody can see through his reasoning of what he's presenting right now? Anybody can relate to what he's saying?
Yes.
Yes.
He's basically letting us know that he's been through it before and he's ready to go through it again. He's made some money from the incident, and he plans to do it again if he has to.
Why is he? What can anybody tell me? Why is he so confident?
I believe he is sovereign. He's sovereign of his state, and he doesn't consider himself a citizen, and he can travel anywhere he wants to.
What
He
proof?
study.
Go ahead.
He study
Sovereign is
common
right.
law.
Go ahead.
He knows common law.
As to you see what in his hand, he is keeping a record.
Record of everything, yeah.
When you have a record, brothers and sisters, that means that when somebody pull up on you, you have your affidavits, your notification, your copyright, your trades, everything up. The level as to where he's at is where we want to be, right?
Yeah.
That's where we want to be. When we listen to me, remember we are trying our best to close all the contract. Remember, you have a health contract out there, an educational contract out there from the educational system. You have a judicial contract out there from your birth paper. You have all of these contracts. So what he's doing right now is crossing T's and dotting the I's. And I want to use this for us to see that it's not an easy predicament. Let me continue.
Jail. So here's the lawsuit, and I've got these for everybody to see, and you can see that it's all put together. And there it is, signed by the DA and stamped, showing they lost the case.
And they lost it, and they paid
And
you
I
what?
sued them.
And what did you win?
$250,000 for a night in jail. And then Supreme Court says no license necessary to drive an automobile public highways. Now these are all documented. So what this is called stare.
Wow. Where you think he got that picture from and that information from? From off the World Wide Web, brothers and sisters. And he put it in a booklet. Hey, we're gonna feel stupid doing some of these things, brothers and sisters. But for the surety of being on the side of the law, we have to have a lot of things to back up our estate. These records is a testimony to protect our estate. So, say for instance, I know a lot of time when the cop pull us over, we not even think about to stand up for our right. We just a think about, if you're right, I take it, right it, my lad, but we just don't want to go jail. So you're right, you put it, you negotiate your right one time, You don't stand up. So if by chance you get a time and we are teaching you how to approach a situation subtly. Not all police and government assistants are going to be nice and courteous and allow you to express yourself. But you must always have the necessary where when you're standing up for your right, you have enough ammunition where you can show to them their ignorancy and let them see that you're not just quoting because you see it on YouTube and TikTok. You actually went and printed it off to show them they're out of office, and these things are important because remember, the agent in front of you is trying to play Lord and Master. But is the agent Lord and Master?
Absolutely not.
Nothing but a mere agent. But in front of you, what intimidates us? Is it the loud voice, or the gun, or what is it? If those things are what are intimidating you, you have to have the law on your side. Nothing beat the law on your side. All right? Let's get back to it.
Decisis. Okay, we're running a case that's already been won in the Supreme Court, and they're in violation of their oath of office when they don't pay attention. My license plate doesn't give you. If you look at my license plate, the license plate alone says I'm not in commerce. Now, if I have a license plate like this car over here and that car over there, they all have license plates. License plates mean I'm engaged in commerce. I'm not engaged in commerce. This doesn't give them the authority to pull me over because they see that. Where do you see that I'm engaged in commerce? What gave you that suspicion that I'm engaged in commerce? You have the right to travel freely on.
Uh, is anybody getting right there what the man's saying? Danny, y'all get what the man said, Danny? Are you listening precisely what the man is saying? You hear what the man said, Danny?
Yeah, man, me what him say. That doesn't give it. He's not in the public
Come on.
domain, right?
No.
He's
So
not. He's
so
not. What given the right to think that he's conducting commerce?
what
That's
give the agent a right to believe that? Because the agent is approaching you from an ignorant point of view. He's just there to write up a ticket because a code is not law, and the policeman know that a code is not a law. But he knows that if he intimidates you enough, you're going to slip into law mode and think that you have broken a law. Is there a law to travel? Is there a law to travel? There is no law that is you need to travel. But they say that because you're using a automobile and it may pose a threat as to causing an accident, that's why they're asking for a license. But it's not a license they want. It's your insurance. Once the car is insured under commercial law, you, the driver, don't have any responsibility to that. But because of their commercial law again, and you're working for a third party, they can say, "Hey, you're not a license for the company, so the company now put them insurance on you." But privately, you don't need it because you're operating as a private. All right. The next thing, the gem that this man is talking about also is your license plate. Your license plate was not issued by the state, so you are a private individual. If you have a state license plate, your car is owned by the state, not by you. Remember, this is why we signed up our trust, where anything that belongs to our property by name need to go under the trust. So therefore, when they're coming up for the living man, you have nothing to give them because it's just the name alone property. And your name property can be in several different ways. I can name Paul, I can name Anthony, I can name the clan of Pierre. This is my estate. All right. So I wanted to drive that in.
company, and that's all in the law. And when we look at the law books, Supreme Court has already ruled on this. And you go back to what is a license. And I want people to do their own homework. Go and read the case of Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, or read the case of Shuttlesworth versus the city of Birmingham, Alabama. These are showing that you don't need a license. A license is to do something that is immoral, that's sanctioned by the government, like a 007 license to kill. Okay, that's immoral. They need to be licensed by the state. In other words, they're protected by the state on that. There's nothing immoral about leaving my house to go get a gallon of milk. I only need a license if I'm using the public property. The roadways are public.
No sound.
Wow. Second time in a row. This not look good. I don't know. Everybody hearing me?
Yes.
Everybody hearing me?
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah, we're hearing you.
everybody hearing me loud and clear now?
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Grand Rising.
Russia get kicked out regular man. We're hearing you.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, we're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Russ. Russ, go ahead.
Sorry about Yeah, sorry about it. All right. Thank you for coming back. I don't know, the computer shut off on me 2 times right now. I don't know why. But whatever it be, we're still going to continue our lessons. Um,
Rascal, I have a question.
hold on. Just give me a second. All right, go ahead now. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
supposing I got my documents and I drive a regular driver's license,
Mm-hmm.
and I get pulled over by the police, and I have this itching feeling that yeah, I'm a commerce, I'm a sovereign, but I'm at work and I need this driver's license to do commerce. How do
Yeah.
I play? With, in that situation, and the police pulls over the van to check the tire, right? Supposing one tire was
Yeah.
half flat or something. How do I play it? Like just like
You
this is
you haven't. Is that a crime? Is that a code or a crime? Is that a lawful crime or is it an illegal crime? You have to understand what I said to you, now, brother Danny. There are two courts. There is the criminal court and then there's the civil court. The civil court is what common law is governed under. The criminal court is the commercial law that they are governing on. So if there's not a victim, it cannot be a criminal court. But if there's a victim, there goes the criminal because you have committed a crime. So the police in itself is using ignorancy because you don't ask these questions, but the question is not for the cop, it's for the judge who is going to preside over your case. And you have to have your notification and affidavits in place now for when they're trying to claim your property. There is nothing to claim because you don't belong to the state. You're not a property of the state. So these victimless crimes does not apply to you as a sovereign. If there's a crime, there has to be a victim. Was there a victim or the tire was flat? No. So therefore, you either issue a citation where you say you want to go get some air in your tire and be safe. You're not there to stress me out under duress. And that's why I think that these classes are very crucial because we're teaching you how to stand on your square. It's not about getting catch. You're not a runaway slave or nothing. So when them kidnap you, if you notice what we say kidnap. We do not say captured. Because them kidnap you, you have to learn to stand for your square. So is the tire a victimless crime?
Yep.
what you're saying. I
So
mean,
it's
so this is where the notifications to the courts, to the DVLA, to everybody will come in
it's
handy because even though I'm driving,
yeah.
I have to go and collect the material. I go to one is and buy food for the restaurant, or I go to
Danny, let's stop
buy,
fooling us.
buy
You're
bricks for
Danny,
the
you're
right. But
doing
important, I end up in court, right? I end up in court,
yes.
but I've got my documents and my notifications in court. They know who I am,
But once
right?
you're doing commerce, Danny, you have to declare the kind of commerce, and because you're a third party, the third party has to ensure your safety. The license is good and it's bad too, because if you are driving under their license and insurance and anything up to you, brother Danny, you're covered if you know how to get your coverage because this is another estate that you are involving yourself with. All right. So I say to my brothers and sisters, if you're going to do business with the state, bear in mind that the state policies are different from private policy that you have. The only way you can get away from the state with commercial is through a trust, where if that car where you use belong to you, you put it under the trust, so therefore the corporation cannot own it. But that transportation you're driving is not yours, it's a third party transportation. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's an interesting one still.
Yeah, well, let's not fool ourselves about your estate, Brother Danny, is different from Brother Earl Jackson. But if you go into some contractual agreement with Brother Jackson have to know that some of the responsibility of his estate lies on you. The agent is just there because they're securing the maritime law. What does the maritime law concept is involved? It deal with merchants. Once you're a merchant dealing with merchandise, every merchandise have what in common, brothers and sisters? It must be insured.
Right.
And in order for it to be insured, somebody have to take responsibility of it. All right?
All right.
All right, my brother. Let's get back to this juicy part. And please bear in mind what is in this man's hand. It's not just a t-shirt in have on Mark Nyankopong or one guard ring or whatsoever. You have a big thick book in your hand.
If I'm using the public property, the roadways are public and they're paid for by the gas tax. Okay. They're not paid for by traffic violations. So when you get into the law,
Hold on. When you pay the road tax again?
Gas tax.
Mighty God. So me thinking that every time you cross the toll, and the toll money instead of maintain the toll. So somebody will lie to you then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Continue.
this is what scares most cops. And I'm going to get to it here. If the wind would stop for 1 second.
As them I try send me a message or something. I have enough space on my computer, and it wasn't acting up just now. But hey, I restarted take off some of the things off of it so I can have better time before it pop off. But any question while I load up this tape? Tanisha, Grand Rising over there on YouTube, brothers and sisters. Any question about the document? Any question about the procedures? Because as I said, he's going to go into even anybody remember if you go into the classroom, if you're not seeing it there, let me know. There is a time sheet for sovereign for when you are dealing with agents. I don't know if anybody is familiar with it about the rate sheet. Any one of
Yeah,
you had
seen
printed
it.
that
I've
off?
seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it.
There is also a thank you. There is also a you're going back to school, and I want brother that to know that when you there they are there for your benefit. So I will try to catch back from where we left off with this gentleman. He said one of the most feared thing that the agents are fearful of is this.
That is immoral. That's sanctioned by the government, like a 007. Okay, that's immoral. They need to be licensed by the state. In other words, they're protected by the state on that. There's nothing immoral about leaving my house to go get a gallon of milk. I only need a license if I'm using the public property. The roadways are public and they're paid for by the gas tax. Okay, they're not paid for by traffic violations. So when you get into the law, this is what scares most cops, and I'm going to get to it here if the wind would stop for 1 second. This is what most cops don't like because they don't know it. It's non-emergency use of emergency vehicle lights and sirens is a felony. Pulling me over for a traffic violation, they just committed a felony. And if they don't have reasonable suspicion that I'm engaged in commerce, they're done. And I'll bring out my brother's. I'm going to put this away real quick. I'm going to bring State Trooper. This was his book that he had in his car. Okay. Texas Criminal and Traffic Law Manual. I went to his car and I made him read this. And you're going to love this. This is out of their own law books. This is the Lexus Nexus. It says under section 502.003, registration by political subdivision prohibited, except as provided by subsection B. A political subdivision, the political subdivision of this state may not require vehicle to register the vehicle, pay a motor vehicle registration fee, or pay occupational tax or license fee in the connection with the motor vehicle. This section does not affect the authority of a municipality to, right here, license and regulate the use of a motor vehicle for compensation. So if I'm not engaged in compensation, being paid to go from point A to point B, I don't need a driver's license. I don't need to register my automobile. And it is an automobile. All traffic codes are pretty similar because they're all federal.
What will them say? All codes are similar. All codes. You live over the UK or you live in Jamaica or you live in America, they're all codes. So these
Yes,
codes are
they're all cool.
no, it's not a law. It's a code. Let's get back to the final part of what we have right here.
They're pretty much the
Is
same.
that copy of Massachusetts?
It's got you can
Online?
find it, and I will tell you, go to like Amazon or eBay and buy a used one. My brother had to pay $300 for this book. Okay, and then you look at it here. Imposed a permit fee or street rental charge for the operation of each motor vehicle, okay, used to transport passengers for compensation. So who needs a driver's license? A taxi driver? Anybody that's engaged in making money using the public property.
The public property is actually not the public property because our ancestors owned the land. The right to travel is in our domain, it's not in their domain. So we have to bear that in mind, brothers and sisters, when it comes on to how we approach the driving and traveling. You have a traveling permit, and this traveling permit, it is giving you right to travel as a living man and woman. All right. Any question?
What does he mean driving for compensation?
You're getting paid.
You're doing commerce. Is that the name of the book that he just take out the car?
Texas. I can hold on. Let me get back to it so you can see. Please feel free to ask me to read back.
Motor vehicle. This section does not affect the authority of a municipality to, right here, license and regulate the use of a motor vehicle for compensation. So if I'm not engaged in compensation, being paid to go from point A to point B, I don't need a driver's license. I don't need to register my automobile. And it is an automobile.
Massachusetts?
All traffic codes are pretty similar because they're all federal. They're pretty much the
Is
same.
that copy of Massachusetts?
It's got you can
Online?
find this. This is out of their own law books. This is the LexisNexis. This was his book that he had in his car. Okay. Texas Criminal and Traffic.
Are you seeing it, people? Are you seeing the book? Brothers and sisters, are you seeing the
Yeah,
are you
we're seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Yes, yes, yes.
okay? Okay, I freeze it because you were asking about it. Okay.
Traffic law manual. I went to his car and I made him read this, and you're gonna love this. This is out of their own law books. This is the LexisNexis.
Check, check, check. Are you hearing me?
Yep.
Everybody hearing me?
Yep.
Yep.
Grand
Yep.
Rising. Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Everybody hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yellow.
Hi. Grand Rising. Something wrong with your
Don't know why. Gonna try back for one more time, brothers and sisters. And then Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Don't know why I'm getting this fight on a day like this, but
joining a class of Julie's to see more about this and follow the steps. Because I said we could really use the help. So I jumped at the first class. That was March 30th of 2024. It was 7 days ago. And within 4 days, Julie has everything broken down. I mean, it's not just the process, but she also helps you understand the process. She creates the foundation of the step-by-step.
All right. I don't know what's wrong with my computer tonight, but I'm going to post that um play inside of the group so you can watch it. But the main reason why I did this lesson tonight was because I want a completion of our examination papers. I think I have to stress on it. If it means that tomorrow I can pull it open and we can go through the tests one for one. I think I started it already. I want to finish it up so I can give you your credit when I'm finished. Any question? All right. Danny, I clear your thing at Western Union. I think a couple of days ago. Brother Jackson, you would clear your thing for this semester already, right? You can just open your microphone.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You did I'm running a check. I want to know who is outstanding with their school donation. And I know that Danny, I collect Danny. I think I got yours already.
No, not yet. No.
Okay. And I Danny, I got yours. Brother James, I think I got is it partially? I got partially for you, or did I get everything? I think I have a part payment for you, Brother James. Brother James, are you hearing me? Praise. And Kareem is okay. Sister Angela, I hope that tomorrow we can clarify your
What are they?
yeah,
Make
what run that again. I'm not
Am I
hearing.
understanding you right? Are we talking about the? We're talking about payment.
Yes, I am.
Okay, okay.
All right.
We'll take care of that today or tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have my cash app. Um,
We shall have it tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Now, for my brothers, and I think I deal with Dr. Judith already, and Crystal, I need to speak with her. I think for our brothers and sisters who have joined us sometime via YouTube, I said that we're supposed to reach out because the 17th, when I start back, I definitely want everyone to have their um, exam paper in place. So I know that you've been on YouTube and you've been watching us and everything, but I still need for you to have that exam paper so we can put the points where they are as far as what you understand what we're teaching you and how best you're applying it. Because this is it now, our documents need application. I hold back on the trust and student like Kareem and Sister Angela and a few others, Brother Earl, have passed a lot of the stages that I have to be going back for the newcomers. And I think it's unfair that we brought Brother Earl to the forefront where he has his DOT, he has his trust initiation, and yet still we are not setting up the LLC for him to benefit from it. We also know that within our trust, we can ask for grants, brothers and sisters. And I think we have to come to this position where these brothers and sisters who are here, Kareem, who have a dream to do like a herbalist thing and ship up him thing, more wants it reach a futation where his documents can allow him to get that opportunity. All of our documents can allow us to do the procedure as how we can do it to our trust and our estate to get some business going. All right, so YouTubers, please, Sister Tashina will call you. And I see tonight we are joined by Brother Gary, which I wish Gary would come inside the classroom. I wish you would click the link and come inside the classroom. But yesterday, what y'all think about Willie? I want Willie to come and be a part of the teaching thing. Anybody have any objection as to Willie not coming on board? Do you like his teaching? Do you think that he can sharpen up our knowledge? Thank you, Brother Earl. Brother Kareem, what do you
It's
think
good.
about all right, Angela is there. Brother Kareem, what do you think about Brother Willie?
Willie always a send me things, man. Willie is a definite gem we need.
All right.
Regardless of how him stick on the other side, but the knowledge where him having in him head,
Yes.
we need to be in
Yeah, we can.
this knowledge need to be in the collective.
All right, we can. I think Willie is very, very versed, and the ancestors that make him do the practical. You see, like what happened with Brother Michael, there's a practical part of this, because sometimes if we don't walk through these challenges personally, we can't come teach you a lot of things. And that's why I don't want to
But
be the yes, sir.
I Chief Gary, that's why I said to you a couple times even when you talk about brother Michael being locked down.
Yes.
Kidnap, I should say.
Yes.
I tell you all the time, my cases when we used to fight back in the days is it was always basically notification. You write them a letter and you make them know said this is the situation. You send one to the judge, the clerk I could get one. Clerk I go open for you one first before the judge, the prosecutor and your so called lawyer get theirs and open theirs. So the clerk always know what's going on before they do. So you have them. This is how I normally do it. Send them a copy, and then I go there and present myself with my copy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Majority of the time, once I have enough information to back my case, it's a dismissal. Now that I transfer to this side now,
Yeah.
it's even better if I have to go there.
Yo, if my computer shut down again, I'm going to sign out, but I'm going to try to come back. What we have right now is we find a formula. The thing about it is the formula don't work in the full aspect where it works everywhere, but it does work. And you see, for brothers and sisters who are going to renew their documents now that you realize that your document is powerful, now you want to make it as powerful as can be. And that is why when we learn about using the documents, the cultural part of our stand, the surrender treaty where we have, then our notifications become much more powerful. It becomes much more powerful and much more presentable. I am I am I am very happy that right now we are standing with some of the documents that you have right now is a spiritual document, and it override the political statehood that they govern us with. So we have a good standing. We have a very, very good standing. I have one last thing I want to play. I hope that it allow me to play it, because every time I get some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, I try my best to share it, because I want all of us to have knowledge. If anything happens, I must know how to save my brother and my sister. It is imperative that we know how to save each other. Any input? Okay. All right. Hold on. This is my last piece of presentation. Gonna make it play. All righty then. going to light up. Well, what's your all take on what's happening in the Caribbean with the Russian ships? Anybody following that? Remember, we have brothers and sisters down there, and it's getting much more serious. Let me get this sorted out.
Which Caribbean island was that? I've seen a little bit of the video. Which Caribbean island was that?
Y'all know about
Cuba. Cuba
You know,
is
I, I believe
it's
someone spoke on
entertaining
that.
Russian.
Someone spoke on it from the State Department
Ah,
or something, said they weren't concerned. They weren't close enough to the United States to be a threat.
mhm.
Something along those lines. They weren't concerned about it.
We are concerned because they lie to us constantly. So when they say not to run, we run. When they say to walk, we fly. All right, this is of the setting I was talking about, criminal and civil courtroom appearance.
so y'all know about this thing with the Sixth Amendment. It says when a judge asks if you understand the charges against you, you say no. The judge will then probably try to intimidate you by explaining them again in a condescending or stern voice or by implying that you are lying. Here's where you must politely present your need to have your answers so that the judge must decide to answer your question. The judge will have to ask you exactly what it is that you don't understand. You say no. It says, Your Honor, the Sixth Amendment to the United States Constitution grants me the right to know the nature and cause of this action you are bringing against me. And it grants you, the court, the duty to tell me. I do not understand the nature and cause of this action which has been brought against me. The judge will have to allow you to ask him or her your question. No exceptions. The judge will probably say, what is it that you would like to know? All right, so what we say next, is this going to be a civil or criminal action? You got to ask that. You got to ask. I see people try to do this and they leave this part out. You got to ask them, is this going to be a civil or criminal action? The reason for that is that there's only 2 criminal jurisdictions in the Constitution, but there are 3 jurisdictions. So we need to narrow it down. So when you ask, is it criminal or civil, and they say criminal, we know it's not equity because there's no criminal aspect to equity. So that only leaves common law, maritime admiralty. So it goes on, it says, so he's going to say, is this going to be civil or criminal? If the judge answers that it is a civil action, not likely, then you must immediately object and move for dismissal. The reason here is that you are now in the wrong court. The state cannot bring a case against you and judge its own case. It cannot be both party to and judge of their own action. On the other hand, if the judge answers that it is a criminal action, most likely, then you can make the following announcement on the record. Thank you, Your Honor. Let the record of this court then show that this action against John Henry Doe is a criminal action. Now I have another question, Your Honor. Your Honor, the Constitution grants this court 2 different criminal jurisdictions. One is a criminal jurisdiction under the common law, and the other is a criminal action that constitutes a condition of contract under criminal aspects of a colorable admiralty jurisdiction. Under which of these 2 jurisdictions does this court intend to try this criminal action? Not wanting to answer, they never do. They don't want to answer it. The judge might just dismiss your case now, but most will still try to go ahead with it. The only choices now are to admit to which jurisdiction applies or to avoid answering. Get an answer. If the common law criminal jurisdiction were to be declared, then you win by default of no sworn complaint by an injured party, because you got to have an injured party under the common law. Where's the affidavit? Who's the injured party? That's what you hear people saying. And no injured party present. There's no evidence at all of you interfering with anyone's life, liberty, or property. The case, because they tell you drugs is a victimless crime. I ain't never understood that. I feel like, how can something be a crime with 2 consenting adults?
How can something be a crime with 2 consulting adults? A victimless crime. Is there such thing as a victimless crime, brothers? Yes. In the fictitious world, it exists. And that is why you have to ask them, where is my what jurisdiction? But Remember the remedy to all of this is when the act take place, you must not wait until it fester up. You must go and look about your estate. If someone writes you a letter, terrorizing, giving you paper terrorism, you don't wait until them send 4 or 5 of them. The second one or the first one must be addressed. Return to sender. Because this is not your corporation in full capital. Your name in capital, brother Jackson, that's you? No. And what make it nice is you copyright the name, so you can send even a threat letter to them, say, I'm going to sue you the next time you use the name. You hear? And how do you sue them now? You send something to the clerk of court where them don't know about, and when them send it back to your yard, they have been served. They didn't turn up at the court and you sue them for 10 million. You know, so they have to pay you down. Yes. That's where we want to get our estate in now. I think we need to move to we trust now, brothers and sisters. So you see the next course, I'm straight trust me I teach. Me I teach trust morning, noon, and night for the next course. Where we can get the house in order and start write for some grants. We done the notification already. Principal know about who the sovereigns are. So the sovereigns need to do what? Discharge our debts. That's where we reach now, brothers and sisters. Learning how to discharge our debts. So I hope that this little scenario what we do where everybody get peak up as to register, notification, affidavits, and these things is taken care of. That means that the next segment when we come back, everybody's supposed to have a DOT. Everybody's supposed to have a trademark. Everybody's supposed to have an EIN. When the newcomers them come, I'm going to try to do a day class for the newcomers because I don't want to mix up this thing where we now learn for better what we're grasping on. Am I making sense, brothers and sisters?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the team.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh yeah, yeah. We are finding solution, and I can say that the 3 semester what we do right here. So yeah, me see more calmer heads a prevail now. You know, see nobody scared or nothing to say. Oh, anything with any challenge we come up on is like say we did done discuss it already and have a plan of action to move forward. All right. So that is one of the achievements. Before this thing I turn off again, we are 17 minutes over. Tomorrow, as I said, you can either decide if you feel like we need to go back over the examination papers, and we can put in a part of that tomorrow. We have ambassadorial training, where if you're training to be an ambassador, remember when you're an ambassador, you get diplomatic immunity. So that can go on your documents the next time. You can either wait until it expire, or after we finish, I give the office in Jamaica the result as to who have done what, and then you get your thing upgraded, and you get a brand new ID where you know say yes, I made this the herbalist, another Kareem Ashanti, a Kareem the herbalist. So when you go in a certain place now, Kareem, and back out your ID, and some guy say, oh yeah, this, I have this to show. He's a herbalist, Nyankopong herbalist slash doctor. Zane. So I want to give everybody them credit. If there's no more question before the ancestors them turn out this thing,
The
we can
ancestors are turn off, man. The AI turn off.
they can't stop it, they can't turn off. They want to turn off, they want to turn it back on.
AI send me voice messages today.
All right, all right. Uh,
Yeah, we can do a part. We can do a part of the exam
anytime.
paper tomorrow.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else feeling that momentum? Let me know. Because if you don't finish your exam paper, I can't grade you. And I want us to be graded. So as I said, I can open it up tomorrow and we go through it word for word, sentence for sentence, and then we do some marking off when you answer the questions, I can just take that as your answer. And I don't think most of us is done the paper. Anybody here finished the exam paper already? If not, make we take the rest of the semester and squeeze it for even 2 days. When the teacher them not come, I will personally use the days that day to look into the exam paper and get these things done. All right, brothers and sisters, we shall have
We
until
shall
tomorrow.
avail. We shall
We
avail.
shall avail.
We shall have it. Probably.
The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race. In this transition, when we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the trot to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling,